She was smiling so hard her cheeks hurt. Marcus looked perfect in his midnight blue tux, dimples flashing, eyes shining like he was seeing her for the first time all over again. The officiant's voice floated over the crowd. Marcus, do you take Elena to be your wife, again, to have and to hold, in sickness and in health, forsaking all others? Marcus opened his mouth. I. The double doors at the back of the venue slammed open so hard they bounced off the walls that a woman in a blood-red dress that left nothing to imagination stormed down the aisle, clutching a stack of glossy photos like a weapon. Long black hair flying, mascara already running, voice cracking with rage. Stop this fake-ass ceremony right now. Gasps rippled like a wave. Phones came out. Elena's bouquet slipped an inch in her hands. The woman, Sofia Vargas, reached the front and flung the photos into the air. They fluttered down like confetti from hell. Marcus kissing her neck in a hotel bed. Marcus feeding her strawberries on a yacht. Marcus on one knee, sliding a diamond tennis bracelet on her wrist. The same weekend he told Elena he was in Miami for a closing. Sophia pointed a trembling finger at Elena. He's been mine for 14 months. He told me he was leaving you after the holidays, then after tax season, then after his birthday. Every excuse in the book. He bought me an apartment. Elena, with your money. Elena's mother jumped up in the front row. Security. 2 guards started moving, but Elena lifted one hand. Just one. They froze. The entire room held its breath. Marcus finally found his voice. Baby, she's lying. She's obsessed. I shut up, Elena said. Calm. Too calm. The kind of calm that comes right before an explosion. She stepped forward, gown trailing like a queen's robe, and picked up one of the fallen photos. It was dated 3 weeks ago. Marcus and Sophia slow dancing at a rooftop party Elena had been too tired to attend because she'd worked 80 hours launching his new development campaign. Elena looked at Sophia. Really looked. Expensive dress, but cheap shoes. Designer bag, but bitten nails. Pretty, but desperate. Then Elena looked at Marcus. The man who swore on his mother's Bible he would never make her feel small. Her voice didn't shake when she spoke. 14 months. That's 427 days. You came home to me smelling like her perfume and still kissed me goodnight. 427 lies. Marcus dropped to his knees right there on the marble. Elena, please, I got scared. The business was exploding as she laughed. One sharp note that cut him off cleaner than a blade. Scared? Baby, you're terrified now. Sophia, thinking she'd won, smirked through her tears. He loves me. He said he's never felt this way before. Elena turned those deep brown eyes on her. Sweetheart, he told me the same thing the night he proposed. And the night he asked me to co-sign the loft. And the night he cried because his daddy didn't approve of him marrying a black girl from the country. Marcus loves whoever is stroking his ego the hardest in that exact moment. Today it was you. Tomorrow it'll be someone else. She faced the crowd. Still no tears. Not yet. Y'all came for a love story, she said, voice carrying without a microphone. Here it is. I love this man with every piece of me. I carried him when his credit was trash. I worked 2 jobs while he built his company. I lost a baby he doesn't even know about because I didn't want to stress him during his biggest deal ever. And he thanked me by building a whole second life. Her best friend Tia was already at her side, ready to hold her up if she fell. But Elena didn't fall. She looked down at Marcus still on his knees. The prenup you begged me not to get because real love doesn't need paperwork. Remember clause 14b? Infidelity voids everything in my favor. Thank you for the house, the cars, the stock portfolio, and half the business I helped you brand from nothing. Marcus's face went gray. Sophia realized too late she'd been a pawn. Elena slipped a 5-carat diamond off her finger, placed it on top of the scattered photos like a period at the end of the sentence, and turned to the officiant. You can keep the fee. Ceremony's over." Then, gown and all, she walked back down the aisle she just floated up minutes ago. Head high, shoulders back, curls bouncing like they were dancing to a song only she could hear. Cameras flashed. Someone started clapping. Then another. By the time she reached the doors, the entire room was on its feet. Not for the groom, not for the drama, but for her. Outside, the Atlanta sun hit her face, and for the first time that day, she let the tears fall. Not because she lost him, because she was finally free to find herself. 3 weeks later, Elena sat in a glass-walled conference room on the 32nd floor, legs crossed, red bottom heels swinging like a metronome, counting down Marcus's empire. Across the table, his lawyers were sweating through their Armani. Her lawyer, a silver-haired shark named Vanessa, who only took cases she could win in her sleep, slid a single sheet of paper forward. "Sign it, Marcus. Or we walk into court next week and play the voicemail you left Sophia at 2:14 a.m. the night before the vow renewal. The one where you said, and I quote, 'Tomorrow this marriage is dead and you'll finally have the ring you deserve.'" Marcus looked like he'd aged 10 years. The custom tux was gone, replaced by an off-the-rack suit that didn't fit his new reality. He stared at the settlement. The Buckhead mansion, the Porsche Cayenne, half the commercial properties, the entire branding company Elena had built from her laptop while he chased investors. All of it, hers that he tried one last time. "Elena, we can fix this. Therapy. A fresh start. I'll fire Sophia. You already fired her," Elena said, voice smooth as the cognac she used to pour for him. "Yesterday, after she leaked your text messages to the blogs and your biggest investor pulled out. Funny how fast karma cashes checks." Vanessa tapped her Mont Blanc on the table. "Clock's ticking, Mr. Thompson." He signed, pins scratching like nails on a coffin. That same afternoon, Elena stood in the marble foyer of the house they'd picked out together. The one with the kitchen island big enough for Thanksgiving and a closet she used to call her boutique. Movers in black gloves boxed Marcus's watches, his sneaker wall, his ego in designer frames. She didn't watch. She was on the phone closing her first seven-figure contract for her new firm, Queen and Legacy Marketing, where black excellence meets global currency. Tia burst through the door with 2 bottles of champagne and a grin sharp enough to cut glass. "Girl, the internet is calling you." Hashtag Elena walked so we could run is trending worldwide. Somebody remix your aisle walk with Beyonce's Sorry, and it's at 30 million views. Elena laughed for the first time in weeks. Real laughter, the kind that starts in the belly and heals on the way out. 6 months flew by in a blur of boardrooms, photo shoots, and sold-out speaking gigs. Elena's face graced billboards in Times Square. She took the house, the money, and her power back. Her inbox overflowed with women thanking her for showing them they could leave and still win. Marcus, meanwhile, was living in a 2-bedroom condo his cousin rented him, driving for a rideshare app on weekends to make the alimony payments that hit his account like clockwork on the 1st of every month. Sophia had vanished from Atlanta after child support papers showed up for a baby Marcus didn't even know existed until the blogs told him. Turns out she'd been playing a longer game than anyone realized. Point one random Thursday, Elena was in Whole Foods picking out flowers for her new penthouse overlooking the ocean in Miami when a little boy tugged her sleeve. "Miss Lady, are you the queen who took everything?" She crouched down, smiling. "I'm the queen who remembered she already had everything inside her. The rest was just bonus." He nodded like that made perfect sense and ran back to his mama. That night, Elena hosted her first gala as CEO. The room glittered with black excellence. Doctors, tech founders, artists, all there to raise money for scholarships in her grandmother's name. She wore emerald green silk that hugged every curve, hair in long braids cascading down her back like a cape. Cameras loved her. The world loved her. But more importantly, she loved her. Near the end of the night, a man approached. Tall, locks tied back, paint still under his nails from his studio. Jamal King, the artist whose mural of a black woman rising from ashes now covered the side of her office building. I just wanted to say, he started, voice low and warm, your strength inspired the piece. And if you're ever free for coffee, I know the offer comes with zero pressure and all respect. Elena looked at him, really looked. Kind eyes, steady energy, no games. She smiled the smile that used to belong only to Marcus and now belonged only to her. Coffee sounds perfect. Later, alone on her balcony with the ocean singing below, Elena opened the ring Marcus had begged her to keep one last time. She walked to the edge, kissed it once for the girl who believed in forever, and let it drop into the dark water. Somewhere down there it sank, just like every lie he ever told. She raised her glass to the moon. To the woman I was. To the woman I'm becoming. And to every queen watching this right now who thinks her story ends when a man betrays her. Baby, your story is just getting started. Walk out. Take everything that's yours, especially your peace, your power, and your joy. Because the moment you stop begging for a seat at somebody else's table is the moment the universe builds you a throne. And trust me, the view from up here,